I can't help myself. No, 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 I can't help myself.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hi everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to Sheepy Show. Thank you for choosing in. See what we got in the chat. What's up, Digital One? What's up, Krypton? Docker, Joseph, Toby, Shaz, Costas, all the regulars tuning in today. Good to be back. I took a week off last week. I said I was a bit burned out coming back from Miami. It was a crazy time and I kind of went straight into it. So I took a week off. I've traveled back to my parents in England now. But it's good. It's good to be back, and this is a final Sheepy Show of the year. I've got quite an exciting show planned for you. I've got my year in review. I've got some updates to Rug Radio and how you can earn by listening to me and supporting me. Got the news of the week, and of course some giveaways. So yeah, let's get right into it. So let me go. So the first thing is so exciting. It's for the audience, for you guys, is Rug Radio's loyalty rewards are now live. So Rug Radio was one of the first projects that I got in, and kind of we all know the aspect was listen to earn, participate to earn, get tokens, get rewarded by following your favorite streamers, for supporting them, and it's finally live. So I'm so excited to announce that the reward system is live. So before I go into how you can start earning rewards as well, I kind of want to go over the goals of what Rug Radio wanted to do and how they wanted to involve the audience and the creators in tokenization and making a system where everyone can be rewarded, you for listening and tuning in, and me for being lucky enough to present to all of you guys. So here they said Rug Radio, the goals of the loyalty reward system is kind of gives incentives to participate in the ecosystem, develop utility for the Rug token, for accessibility and inclusion for hosts and listeners to get rewarded justifiably for their time, and to participate in governance. So a big thing is the DAO. Rug Radio was set up as a DAO structure, and I'll kind of get into that a bit later. But these tokens allow you to form a DAO ecosystem of voting, of a true decentralized media system. And that's a very exciting thing. Rug Radio is leading the way, I would say, in kind of the DAO aspects. They're pushing some big things, and there was a huge announcement today that I'll get into. But the thing that you're probably all excited for is how do you collect rewards, and kind of why do you collect the rewards? So first, I'll go into why collect rewards, and I'll explain how you guys can start collecting as well. So why you can collect rewards: you can swap your rug token to our DAO token and join the DAO governance. You can swap rug for allow list spots, NFTs from project partners. You can get discounts on the merch store, and so much more. There's a rewards store going live very, very soon where you can turn your rug into rewards. And this is so exciting. You can get rug just from listening to me, by tweeting with the hashtag Sheepy Show, by liking and supporting. And I kind of show you how you do that. So here is Rug Radio partnered with a program called Expand. Expand is a way that tracks your usage on Discord and Twitter and your wallet to reward you in tokens. So we can see here, these people have already been rewarded 27 rug token for supporting. So I'll kind of get into how you can do this. So what is it? So the Rug Radio Participate to Govern Loyalty Rewards Program is designed to reward our members for doing what you already do. Engaging and sharing about the project. You'll get rewarded with rug token for liking, commenting, retweeting, and sharing hashtags related to Rug Radios and its creators. Our DAO holders also get rewarded for being active in the DAO holders chat, and we encourage the community to participate, earn rug, and join the innovative DAO, which guides and governance and decision making throughout the community. So how does it work? So first you have to sign up to the Expand Rewards platform, so the website that I am showing you now. You'll need a MetaMask wallet, and in that MetaMask wallet, you'll need either a Rug Genesis or Rug Membership Pass. So let me just show you the Rug Genesis and Rug Membership Pass. So the Rug Genesis, Rug Radio Genesis NFT is currently 0.4 ETH. Floor price, but you can also get the membership pass, which is 0.015 ETH, which allows you to earn. All you need is a membership pass in your wallet to be able to earn. And I'll also be giving away a membership pass today for a listener to start earning. So have a look at them here. All you need is one of these in your wallet, and then you can start earning rug. So you need a Twitter account that's active, have 50 followers and must be following 50 people, and be at least 30 days old. You must own a membership or Genesis NFT, and it may change. So how can you be rewarded? So each day you get one rug per like on the Rug Radio Twitter account. For every retweet, one retweet per day, you get one rug. To comment on the Rug Radio, you get one rug. And the hashtags. This is where you can support me. You get rewarded in rug token for tweeting using the hashtag. So you can see down here, we have the hashtag Sheepy Show. So eventually, I'm going to start sharing more content, more educational content, more video, more short form content. And you'll get rewarded for sharing people to come watch my show, advertising, and you can earn rug. You can also earn in the Discord. So if you have a rug DAO token, you can earn 3 rug per day in the Discord for activity. Obviously, all of this is being tracked, and we don't want kind of inauthentic grinding to get the token. There's a way they're tracking everything, and the total amount that you can earn on a 30-day month is 300 rug per month if you max out total. So obviously, Rug Radio token is traded and you can sell it. So it is at 0.05. So if you had 300 of them, so let's put 300, that's $15 a month. Obviously, this is a utility token. It isn't meant to have a price value. And eventually these will have better because you'll be able to get rewarded in whitelists, in NFTs, with merch, with other physical items in the Rug Radio Rewards Show. So it's just a fun way, and this is just the beginning. Eventually, what you'll also be doing is that I will share a secret word during the show, and you can type it in here to get rug from listening live. So it's a fun way to reward community. If you want to read into it, go to the FAQs here. But if you want to know more, go to rugradio.expandrewards.xyz. So as I said, you need to have a membership or Genesis. And then you can start earning by tweeting and supporting. I'll put a little thread about this out later, and I said I'm going to give away a membership pass or maybe 2 on my Twitter. So look out for that. But it's such an exciting thing that finally the participate, the listen to earn is here. And you can start earning 300 a month maximum. This could change. I said this was only launched last week. There's going to be so many iterations. In 2023, Rug Radio has some very big plans. Myself, I'm planning to launch properly on my own platform, start streaming on Twitter, start streaming on other platforms and create a lot more short form content. It's going to be a big year 2023 for Rug Radio, and you guys are early. I'll always support or reward my early supporters. I said you're all here, you're all listening, and you get the little bit of alpha beforehand. So, as I said, this is my last show for this year, but 2023 we're going to come in full steam ahead with the rewards, with a new thing, streaming on Twitter, doing spaces. I'm so excited to see how we can grow this community and build it out. So another cool thing. So this is what we were saying is, so if you saw Rug Genesis had quite a little pump today. So let me get the Genesis up. I think it went from 0.28 to, let me get 0.4. So if we go to the analytics, we were down at 0.28 and it's now at 0.4. This is because of this announcement that came out. So Mesh is a company founded by one of the Ethereum co-founders. So here, about a month ago, 170 rugs were swept by Mesh. And they're one of the leading companies or businesses looking at DAOs. So they wanted to get involved big time. So here they wanted to they saw how Rug Radio is a perfectly intersects the belief of like creators, experiences, and rugs being part and built up from the community. So here they talk a little bit about it and about how they want to get involved in the DAO, and they're going to be partners going forward. They swept 170 rugs. As I said, we have 20 plus unique shows on Rug Radio, partnerships coming up. There's going to be some more big partnerships and sponsors coming up. But this is huge news. As I said, it's the co-founder of Ethereum who's now co-signed with Rug Radio and wanted to build on that. So there's going to be some big things coming out with this. As I said, I've been in the Creators Lounge in Rug Radio, and we're getting excited with what the future will hold. But I said, it's not too late to get in. You can get a membership pass to start earning, and I'll be giving away 2 later tonight, so make sure to keep an eye out on that. So that's a little update on the Rug Radio side. Now, I've got a little fun thing I've been prepping. So I spent a couple of hours this afternoon for Sheepy's Year in Review. I said it's the last show of the year. I wanted to try and go through every month. I couldn't get everything out there, but I wanted to pick up maybe some highlights, some lowlights, some funny moments, and just have a little discussion about what happened in this crazy 2022 year. So, let's get into it. It seems so long ago, going back to January. So, January, peak of the bull run. Let me see if I got it. There you go. You'll see this. I made this in 2 hours. There's a bit of dodgy animations, old school PowerPoint style, but we move and I hope you enjoy it. So in January, we were still peak of the bull run. Everything was happening. It was making money left, right, and center. There were projects minting and coming out. Rug Radio minted, I think, on January the 11th, the start of something, and that had a run up to 1.5 ETH. It's pulled back. But I said, that was nearly 12 months ago that this was started, and to see all the stuff that's happened since. Another big project that minted, Azuki. Azuki minted on January the 12th. It was a 1 ETH Dutch auction that sold out in 3 minutes at 1 ETH. And we've seen what Azuki have done. They've been one of the pioneers in the space. The technology, the knowledge, the culture they've brought is great to see. And I said, they're one of my favorite projects to see. I'm not a holder, but it's one that I admire, and I've got a lot of friends on there as well. Hape also minted. I think we all remember Hape. Hape was one of the first big hyped projects. I think their Discord had 400,000 members at one point. They were hyped. They were meant to be the next Bored Apes coming forward. And if we remember, their reveal didn't quite go to plan. There were a few art issues, all the hype. And I think this is a peak of the hype cycle. All the hype kind of led to nothing, and they suffered from their own success of building up there. But Hape have been doing some great things. I think recently they've partnered with Diesel and Jaeger. And I said they're building some good things. I said we all remember those ears sticking through the hat, sat in the Discord laughing at it. And like, I feel bad for them. I said they had a lot of eyes and a lot of pressure on them. A lot of people felt a bit upset for missing out, because I know people spent hours in that Discord trying to get it. It was crazy, crazy hyped. It was also the month of marketplaces. So we had the launch of LuxRare and Gem. LuxRare came up with a Lux token, trying to get people influencing there. That was a bit of the hype there. The first real competitor to OpenSea. How would they do? How would they do? We had Gem come out. Gem, the first aggregator where you could do mass sweeps, was so interesting to see. It kind of brought a different aspect, because before that, OpenSea didn't really have any competition. They were a monopoly on their own, a few other smaller ones, but this was the start of marketplaces coming out. And GameStop. GameStop announced they were coming back from the dead. They were creating an NFT platform. They kind of came from nowhere, and I was a bit surprised, but I said, needs must. They saw an opportunity and they took it. And January was a fun month. I said we were all probably still learning. I was only about 6 months into the space then, and I would say this is a time where Discord was popping. There was stuff happening every single day. Sat in VCs, listening, learning to people. Everything I know now was probably learnt during these December, January times. Just sat talking to everybody, meeting there. But it was a hectic time. People made a lot of money. People got wrecked. But such a fun time. I can't believe it was nearly 12 months ago. Now, on to month 2. February. February saw the launch of X2Y2, which took a scalp at OpenSea, introducing the option for 0% royalties, a different way of trading. This was something no one had really seen. It was another competitor coming from different angle of LuxRare and OpenSea. Then we saw one of the biggest CryptoPunk sales for 8,000 ETH, worth $23 million at the time. Looking back now, that's ridiculous money. 8,000 ETH in February, and I hope he cashed that out, because wow, like this was seen normal at the time, and no one could really foresee what was going to come over the next 6 to 12 months. We also saw Pixelmon. Pixelmon was, I said, we all have fun memories of Pixelmon. Pixelmon was the peak of hype, the peak of FOMO. They raised $70 million at 3 Ethereum per mint. And then the art reveal came. And wow, that was one of the funniest days I had in Discord. Looking at the art. And you can kind of see at the graph at the bottom of the screen, dropping from 3-4 ETH pre-mint all the way down to, I think it went to 0.5, 0.3. People got wrecked. People learned a lot of lessons. And I see some of you in the chat. I know some of you probably minted this, and I don't want to bring up bad memories, but 3 ETH, like, is shocking looking back. But that was where we were. We were in a bubble. We were so sucked into the next big thing. All their pre-mint stuff looked so flashy, and no one really thought, oh, let's question it. Could they actually achieve this? It's a lot of people. But it did birth Kevin. What a meme Kevin is, and he still lives on. I'm so glad they kept the original Kevin artwork when they redid it. Oh, Kevin. He will go down as a legendary meme in the NFT space. I bet you that. We also saw Invisible Friends come about. Invisible Friends, another hype mint. I think this ran up to like 9 ETH. I love the art, and I think they're still doing some cool things. But yet again, peak hype. I think the mint was 1 to 1.5 ETH. They ran to 9 ETH. Yeah, MB40, you say it perfectly. We've all grown so much. We learned from this. As bad as it is, this stuff happened. People got wrecked. The whole space learned. Everyone managed to take a step back and they start asking the correct questions. You didn't degen fully into it, but I said, it's crazy, crazy times, February. We also saw Squiggles. Who remembers Squiggles? One of the crazy rugs, they said they partnered with Doodles. And then Doodles came out saying, we have nothing to do with Squiggles. And they were claiming all this stuff and they were following on the 3D art meta. Invisible Friends created this kind of artsy, cutesy meta. Squiggles popped up. I think it was a rug in the end. There was loads of dodgy transactions of ETH being sucked around. We also saw Coachella. Coachella dropped NFTs. Lifetime passes to Coachella, special stuff. I'd like to actually see what they're doing now, because that was quite innovative. This was one of the first times where we saw like a big brand or a big player festival utilizing NFTs for tickets. We see the kind of potential. We saw the potential of blockchain and ticketing, and so big to see the biggest festival, Coachella, taking this in the stride. But I'd love to see where that's going on now. I think they did further drops and you had to collect like 3 or something to get the lifetime pass. And Sandbox. We had the Sandbox land sale. These were crazy. We all remember Metaverse lands. Everyone was like, this is a future. People were buying, spending thousands, million on like land next to Snoop Dogg's. We saw like one of the biggest Sandbox land sales we'd seen. And this was crazy looking back. I'm still bullish on Sandbox and some of the metaverses. They will take time. But back then I said, people expected it to be ready in 2 weeks. They didn't think that a AAA game would usually take 3 to 5 years to get to a stage where it's playable. People are really enjoying it. But I think, I said, looking back, this was a crazy month. I said, there was a lot of learning, a lot of money to be made, but a lot of learning as well. So now we go on to March. March, the beginning of the bear. This is what I like to say. We had the bear starting to creep in. I think we saw Russia had just invaded Ukraine. The economy was reacting after coming out of COVID. And then it hit the war and crypto was uncertain. People saw stocks starting to tank. I think we dropped in crypto by like 20, 30%. We were still bullish. We knew things were happening, but it was a start of things to come. We saw Murakami Flowers launch. This was a project by Takeshi Murakami, one of my favorite artists as well. But this used a raffle, an email raffle, and it was meant to be all fair. But someone managed to bot it for 800 entries for Murakami Flowers. They managed to mint them all. And this was an exciting thing. I said Murakami Flowers is a cool thing. But everyone was shocked. This one guy openly admitted, came out on Twitter saying, look, I botted it. Here's how I did it. Now people do better. I think he went on to bot and mint quite a few other projects after. But it was like people learning from this, saying, try new methods of distribution and raffle ways. And this was one of the first we saw here. Another one, Bored Ape announced ApeCoin and Ape. This was so exciting. This kind of was a first case of one of the big players dropping a token. I remember the token dropping, people trading it. I think it was up at like $20, $30. It dropped down to $8. Even my family bought some. My family who weren't even into NFTs or crypto saw Ape and bought into it. And this was, as I said, the start of the Yuga ecosystem. And it didn't end there. Yuga also announced they acquired CryptoPunks and Meebits, a huge acquisition, because people were questioning CryptoPunks. Obviously, they had their historical value. People knew what they were worth. People had it there, but they didn't have any utility. They didn't have any plan. But Yuga came in and bought them out and got brought into the Yuga ecosystem. And I'm so excited to see kind of where they take it. Will they be involved in the other side, in other Yuga projects? And then we saw the music players. This was a month of music coming in. Spotify announced their launch into Web3. Universal Music Group announced into Web3, signing artists. Snoop Dogg signed 2 Clone X's to his Death Row record label. At this point, this was still the bears hitting. But look, things are still happening, still moving. There's still money to be made. This celebrities were buying Bored Apes left, right and centre. Clone X's were pumping. it was a very exciting time. I think we were all still quite blinded. I said, as Casey says in the chat, the beginning of the end. Well, I don't think at the end. We're still moving, but the beginning of the decline, the start of the dark ages coming in. April, I said, things are starting to get a bit rough now. The war was kicking off, but we saw the Moonbirds launch. We saw them, I think they minted for 1 ETH, and this was big at the time, then ran all the way up to 35 ETH. They're still one of the big projects done by Kevin Rose and the Proof Collective, but still, we still saw the hope, like, there could be that next Bored Ape. There was still that carrot dangling in front of us, like, yes, we can mint that next Bored Ape. It will rocket up to 70, 80 ETH, generational wealth. We also saw Wagme United by Crawley Town. Wagme United, for the ones who don't know, were a few members of a crypto project. They bought Crawley Town to turn them into the People's Company, to turn them into a crypto-owned or a blockchain and NFT-owned football company. And it's so excited to see what they've done. I said I'll get onto them later. They've just released their merch that you can claim if you've got it. But I said this was big news because this was moving mainstream as well. Crawley Town play in the English football pyramid in the 4th level. And this was big news. This made mainstream news that why are some crypto bros buying a football club and trying to sell NFTs to maintain it? We also see OpenSea acquire Gem XYZ. This was another big statement of intent by OpenSea. All these competitors had come in, taken share, but OpenSea saw an opportunity, acquired Gem XYZ to be able to use as an aggregator going forward. Coinbase NFT. We had such big hopes. Looking back, everyone's like, Coinbase NFT, it's going to bring the bull run back. We were like, oh look, we started a dip, but Coinbase NFT, this is going to be the resurgence. Oh, how it flopped. I don't know where they went wrong. I don't know what they did, but it's nowhere to be seen. The volume, there's more volume done on GameStop NFT platform than Coinbase NFT platform. I think they will try and relaunch it and they will have plans, but it was sad to see how they tried, how they went, but oh, that's sad to see. Drifter Shoots made history. Did an open edition of his artwork, sold over 10,000 mints, raising money to help wrongly imprisoned people in the US. I said he was imprisoned a year ago for climbing on buildings, creating this art. And this was monumental. It was the biggest art sale in Web3 history, and I think one of the biggest in art history. An open edition minting at 0.2 ETH, over 10,000. And I'm such a proud holder, even though the floor price isn't there. It's a piece of art I will cherish because I love Drifter as an artist. He has sights set so high. He is one of the pioneers in the Web3 space. And this was one of the first intents of pure art, showing how artists could benefit from crypto and blockchain. And then the beginning of the end, the other side mint. Wow. Yuga raised 320 million off this mint. And I think there was 100 million of gas fees burnt. They sucked so much liquidity out the market. I think the other side will do well and will dominate the kind of the blockchain massive multiplayer for the next year or two. I don't see them being the main player. Said for me, they're the MySpace, the Bebo. They will set the standards and introduce practices which will be taken on and improved on. But this was a moment where so much liquidity came out. I remember sat in VC, everyone was scrambling to mint other side, and crazy time. They're still doing well, and I think with the other side launch coming next year, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Shaz says more money was spent on gas than volumes on most collections. People were paying thousands and thousands in gas just to try mint. Then we move on to May. Looking back, some things happened. When I was researching this, I couldn't believe this was 7, 8 months ago. So in May, Zagabond got exposed. Zagarug got exposed for founding 3 rugged projects in the past, kind of collecting royalties, wash trading on LooksRare, and the Beans metadata got leaked 5 hours revealed. This was huge. A lot of trust got lost in Zagabond. There was a lot of opinions being thrown around. I still think he has done great things for the space. As it says, he was learning. Not everything you do to succeed. He did apologize, but this was a big wake-up call for a lot of founders and was nearly the end of undoxed founders. Until this point, there was a lot of founders who were keeping undoxed. Mainly, they wanted to protect their identity, maybe because they had rogue projects in the past. But this was the start of people like, do I really want to trust undoxed founders? But we all remember this. Azuki has recovered and Zagabond has recovered. I said they've got their head down and they've delivered. Goblin Town. May was the month of Goblin Town. The free mint that went crazy. Went up to, I think, 9, 10 ETH from a free mint. At this point, no one had really thought or heard of free mints and running up. And this kind of spawned a whole new meta. The free mint meta was born. And if you remember, there's AI Nightbirds and Wrecked Guy in here. I think some of you remember AI Nightbirds. I know Casey does. We spent a lot of time trading these. But this was a time where everyone was trying to get, what's the next free mint? Is it going to be another Goblin Town? Is there going to be something else? Am I going to make loads of money from free? And it was such an interesting time to observe the space. I said, it was a time when crypto bags were down and degenning was high as anything. People were spending more money on gas than the NFTs were worth. People were spending $100 on gas to not make that money on the free mint. Some free mints did do well and you got it back. But this was pure arcade. Pure degen arcade time. It was so fun to see. But I think we all learned from it. As I said, every single thing that happened here, we learned from it to get where we are right now. We also saw ENS. ENS was pumping. Everyone was like, I can make money off ENS. All the numbers were pumping. And I think in April and May, there was like 163,000 new ENSs, 8 million in revenue going forward. Everyone was trying to. I remember everyone's like, I'm going to get McDonald's New York.eth and they're going to buy it off me for 10 ETH. Everyone was trying to get every single possibility. And it was so fun to see. I said, all this stuff is so fun and it puts a smile on my face looking back. At the time, it may have been hectic, but look, we learn from it and it is crazy. Then we move on to June. June, one of my favorite months. For a few reasons. One of the first things we saw was an employee of OpenSea got arrested for insider trading. This was the first time we'd ever heard of this. I think he only made like 12, 19 ETH. And he got arrested. The feds came in because before collections were launched, he was already buying them on the pump and going in. But I said, this set the standard. And I said, people started questioning the dodgy practices. We knew the Fed was watching. We knew people were watching and were ready to pounce if it was there. It was the end of Satoshi. If any of you remember MFers was founded by this really mysterious founder, all about memes and everything there. And he said he was disappearing and did this open mint at the end of Satoshi. Funny enough, he's returned last week and said these end of Satoshis are going to be key to what he's doing. But that was a fun time. And then NFT NYC, the month that peaked it all. Everyone from the Web3 space descended on New York. New York was bustling for a week. We saw NFTs on billboards, on signs, in Times Square, everywhere. We took over the city. We hosted, as MV3, I hosted 2 events in that city. I got to meet so many community members. Like, this was like one of our first meetups. I think there was like 60 or 70 MV3 members there. And as I said, it was pretty much a highlight of the year. I spent a week partying, going to different events. I don't think I paid for a drink that whole week. And being able to stay with internet friends. I was staying in an Airbnb with 7 other friends I met on the internet 6 months ago. And it was some of the best times I had. And I'm so excited. I said this was the first time I kind of got into events, able to meet people, into hosting, into parties. And this is where I'm so bullish for the future. When I was speaking, I hosted a space yesterday, GMV3 NFTs. And we're asking what was everyone's highlights of the year. And out of like the 10, 12 people I asked, it was all meeting people from the community in real life. Like, it's so undervalued, even though it like prices may go up and down, the connections and the people you meet, priceless. And this was one of the moments that topped it off. I have so many memories from this week, just the funny things that were happening, seeing everyone there. Oh, and I cannot wait for more. I cannot. July, peak summertime, SudoSwap came around. SudoSwap was there. Everyone was quite confused. It introduced a new method of trading, of liquidity pooling, of trading up and down. And I think this month is when the Sheepy Show actually started. I can't believe I've been going for 5 months already. We also saw Franklin lose 100 ETH on a meme. He bought because this was like ENS time. There were crazy bids being put on ENS, and Franklin wanted the ENS bot to take it up. So he bought an ENS. He put a offer of 100 ETH to buy it on. He then listed it for 1.4 ETH, but forgot to cancel his offer. So someone sniped it for 1.4 ETH and then accepted the 100 ETH bid from Franklin. The whole space was laughing at this. I said 100 ETH. For Franklin's probably not too much. I said he is one of the biggest Bored Ape holders and one of the biggest Bored Ape flippers. But it was so funny, and the memes coming out of it, of him to fumble 100 ETH just for a meme. Nike announced .swoosh, their digital collectible marketplace, their NFT marketplace, which is now live. This was a big statement of intent. Nike obviously had partnered with Artifact through the year, but this was a statement of intent. They were taking it seriously. They wanted to launch digital fashion. They wanted to do things more properly. They wanted to build on a community aspect as well. We also Reddit partnered with Polygon and launched their first collectible avatars, the first NFTs on Reddit. And these didn't really come to Web3 attention or the full money-making attention until like 2-3 months later. But this is when they launched. The first gens were minting. You could buy them for $10. And then, 3 months later, they were selling for 10 ETH. We also saw 3 Arrows Capital, 3AC. This was one of the first big scalps or kind of the big hits to Web3. We'd been in the bear market. The economy wasn't looking good. Then 3AC, one of the biggest funds, had 10 billion of crypto assets, went bankrupt, lost it all. And this tanked massively. The founders went on the run. They were being tracked. It was the first of a few big incidents which really affected us. And it's one that people will look back on and said, were you part of this bear market when Terra Luna went down, 3AC, FTX? These are all things that kind of make us OGs in this space. August, the mint of MV3. What a month that was. It was so exciting to see 7 months of work that we'd put in from the team to finally mint. All our holders finally got to reveal their MV3 characters. And I'm so excited to see everyone still repping them now, to see all the stuff that is moving, all the exciting thing. And I've got one to give away at the end of the show, after this segment. Instagram also announced they were launching NFTs and they were integrating with Coinbase and Dapper Wallet to start doing that. And this, I said, was another statement of intent. A big social media brand like Instagram launching in NFTs. We've seen what they've done now, but this was big news. I said Mark Zuckerberg minted, I think, one of his first pictures as a trading card and sold it. We also saw Snoop Dogg and Eminem's Bored Apes perform at the VMAs. This was more mainstream launch. We'd had Instagram, we'd have Twitter going in there. And then at the VMAs, the Bored Apes performed. And this obviously got a lot of questions. A lot of people are, what are these monkeys doing on my screen? What are these cartoon things, these JPEGs? But I said, it's just drip feeding them. People were now understanding what is a Bored Ape, why does it have significance. We also saw Tiffany. Tiffany dropped their NFTs, their CryptoPunk chains, $50,000 per NFT to get your CryptoPunk as a chain. I said this was another big mainstream company stepping into the space, getting there, and it was exciting to see. And a lot of CryptoPunk holders got them, and they are super cool as well. September, So Rare NBA. The ones who know me, this owns my heart. This was when So Rare announced they were partnered with NBA. I must say, I knew nothing about NBA. I still don't really know too much, but I've made 0.7 ETH so far this season on So Rare NBA, and I haven't watched a single game. I just use stats and figures. It's quite good because I've got no bias. I don't watch players. I don't have, oh, he's my favourite or he plays well. I just go off the stats, and I've made 0.7 ETH so far. So I'm so excited to see where this goes, and I'm going to keep going. And if you want to talk about it with me, just ping me. I'm always willing to talk about So Rare NBA. I said it's one of my favourite things from this year. The merge, Ethereum 2.0. This was a month of the merge. It brought Ethereum to mainstream attention again. Middle of the bear market, peak bear market. This was the hope. This was changing Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, reducing electricity usage and energy usage by 99.9%. This was the first step of bringing blockchain mainstream, because the biggest argument always was, oh, it's so energy inefficient, or it's not sustainable, it's bad for the environment. But Ethereum making the merge, one of the first steps on their roadmap, Sonny said it removes one of the reasons why the mainstream didn't adopt it at all. Doodles raised $54 million at a $700 million valuation. This brought a lot of questions into VC raises, how they benefit holders, how they benefit brands. Doodles, I said Doodles are so bullish. Doodles is my grail. I will pick up a Doodles someday. And seeing this, it kind of set them forward. They announced Pharrell as a creative director. They announced this big funding, and they have a bright future ahead of them. And Starbucks announced they're partnering with Polygon. This was big. Another big brand. I said, going through these months, it was exciting to see how many big brands are still entering the space, are still partnering big time. I said, the next few years are exciting, and every month we see more and more big brands joining. I've just seen some comments in the chat on So Rare. So Sketch, so far I invested around 0.4 ETH. I first invested about 0.2, 0.3 to get my stuff. But if anyone's interested, ping me after. I'll send you a referral so you get a free card after you buy them. But I said I invested there, but I made 0.7. You have to buy the players, and obviously the better players you buy, the better rewards you buy. But if you're smart about it, you don't really lose too much money unless it crashes, of course. But look, talk to me after. I'm happy to share knowledge, how I do my stat tracking, and maybe I'll do a little stream or a little space sometimes on there. Yes, there are tools for So Rare called So Rare Data. It's really smart, but I said I'll save that for another time, and I might dig deep into So Rare and get a couple of my friends on one evening, maybe in the Discord. We'll see. October saw the launch of Blur. Blur came to disrupt the market again. It was a marketplace, an aggregator that brought from all different areas, and it had the airdrop. The airdrop, which everyone's talking about, everyone wanted to get in. It was an NFT marketplace for traders. The data there was so much better. It was so much easier. It had scam protection. It had bid protection. It's very, very interesting, and I love what they're doing at the moment. We also see Azuki introducing their physical back token. This was another big statement of intent by Azuki, that they'd created a token which attaches to a physical thing, maybe my hoodie, my hat. You then tap it with your phone to own it. They also had their skateboard auction. They auctioned off 10 golden skateboards, and it went for so much money. But I said they're still building, and there's innovation coming every single month. Art Gobblers. Art Gobblers was October, everybody. October. It seems so close, but it was October. The craziness, the influencer pump and dump. They went up to 15 ETH, dropped back down. Obviously, a lot of accusations came out, and I don't condone any of what went on, and there was a lot of dodgy stuff behind the scenes, but people were shocked that influencers still have the power, and it raised a lot of questions again. We saw Nike partner with Remova for suitcases, which was great to see. I love seeing these partnerships with physical brands. They were expensive, but it's amazing to see. And AI. This was the month where everyone started talking about AI. There was AI art popping up. These AI interviews. If you remember, there was an interview with Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. Completely AI. That sounded so real. And this was when people started questioning, thinking, what's coming out? And I remember there were early versions of DALL-E 2 everyone was using, exploring the power of AI completely. And it's crazy to see in a few months how AI has taken over and how it's still changing and adapting kind of to this day. And then we have November. OpenSea smashed the royalty debate open. They did forced royalties. Until then, I think from X2Y2 come back in February or March, there was a whole question of zero royalties and debates going backwards and forwards, and OpenSea invented a protocol with forced royalties. And this was the first step, and other places follow. I think X2Y2 suddenly thought, oh, we were the first ones to introduce 0% royalties, but now they're going to force royalties. I said, it's crazy to see how everyone is shifting on this, and I believe fully in royalties. They're one of the best things to be. They're one of the biggest benefits of the Web3 space. We saw Instagram also announce the ability for creators to sell digital collectibles for fans. We saw Drifter Shoots. We saw Vinny Hager. We saw some other artists drop their first NFTs on Instagram that you could buy with a credit card on Instagram and then sell on OpenSea. It was amazing to see. This was also the month of FTX. This was the start of the drama. I was researching this. I was scrolling back through posts, and the first post was, there are rumors FTX could be in trouble. Then a few hours later, Binance are going to buy FTX. And we know all the story which has happened since then. It's so crazy. What I think one of the craziest stories, we'll look back and we'll think it's unbelievable. I think some of us think it's unbelievable at the moment, the whole Bahamas, FBX issues, and it's still ongoing. It will be ongoing for quite a while. Elon Musk finalized his Twitter takeover at the end of October, and November was when he was causing chaos. He fired half the staff. He decided to radically change a load of things. And it was every day there seemed to be a new thing happening. Kanye got blocked from everything. Kanye went on his huge rants. And I said I was a big Kanye fan, and I'm so upset to see his views on everything. But everything was hitting off on social media. And then NFT London. Another one of my favorite community events of the year. We met with about 25 holders. I went to a few events. I went to Vinny Hager events. I went to Nocturnal. I went to some others. And it was so amazing to meet people. And it was one of my highlights of November as well. And now, on to the last month of the year, December. But the craziness doesn't stop. I couldn't even fit everything on. I wanted to talk about some more stuff. So I've got some information after. But first, at the start of November, Art Basel. Art Basel, what can I say? Web3 world descended on Miami. Everywhere. There were activations absolutely everywhere. I went to the Adidas event. I went to Americana, MV3, Utes and D-Gods. I saw Farouk. I met K-Money. I met G-Money. I met so many people. Porsche. It was one of the best times. It was intense, 3 days, but it was so much fun. meeting community members, being able to host an event. Being able to say I hosted and organised an event at Art Basel is one of my highlights in life. And this is why I'm so excited for 2023. More events, travel all over the world, meet everybody. Valhalla minted. Valhalla was a big hype project, been building for a while. We know what's going on with them. I won't go into too much detail because we're living December at the moment. I may have to then look back in another 6 months' time. But Valhalla is great what they're doing, innovating as well. Got very big plans. Yuga recently announced a new CEO coming from Activision. He was a COO, the Chief Operating Officer at Activision. He's now CEO of Yuga. This is huge. Activision, one of the biggest gaming companies in the space. And Yuga bringing him on is so excited to see. And it makes you quite bullish for them. I said, they're taking this seriously and they're getting there. And then how could I forget? Trump NFT trading card collection. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. But that 45,000 were minted for $99. And I think you could have 7 or 8x your money on the secondary market. Absolutely crazy. And we'll still see more on that. But everyone was shocked. Donald Trump getting into NFTs. I think his launch video was one of the funniest things as well. I just can't get over it. But I'll go into a bit more detail later. So that was my year in review. It's been a crazy year. And I can't believe it went so fast. The changes I've seen in the space, the changes I've seen in all of you, the way people have progressed, people have learned is amazing. The speed of what's happened, I would say it's been the most rewarding and been one of the best years of my life. And I'm so excited for what 2023 can do. Because this was 2022. We were still learning. Peak bear market. And now people are settled. People have learned. All these other things that happen. I said, we learned from Pixelmon. We learned from Hape. We learned from Art Gobblers. We learned from Goblin Town. We look back and all of these, you can take the positives and negatives out. And going in 2023, all the people here are in such a good place. We have experienced this. We have listened to this. We have learned this. We know what to do. We know what to look out for. And that's what I say. The people who tune into this stream, the people who still turn up every single week are the people who are going to be at the forefront. You will already be ahead of everybody there. So that was fun to do. I'm glad you stuck along and you came here. So I said, this stream's going to be a bit longer. I'm having fun though. So we'll do a few giveaways, I think. So let me change back to my other screen. So, as always, I've got a few giveaways for you lot. So, I have this Empath 798 to give away from MV3. I said MV3 are doing some big things. It's a very exciting time with Singularities reveals coming soon. And then Haihu giving away tokens to enter the raffle site. Haihu Raffles has gone from strength to strength. Well, they got over 2,000 wallets connected, giving away over, I think, 50 ETH worth of raffles. And at the moment, there are 8 reunion raffles, Mutant Hound ones, Ribbit raffle for the Plague, Lil Pudgies, and the biggest raffle they've ever hosted, 7 ETH of prizes here. So a Rengar, an Other Deed, a Beans, a PA, a Valhalla, and a Mutant Hounds. So I'm going to be giving away 3 lots of 2 tokens. So you could enter the biggest raffle ever. You can enter here. A token is each 0.007 to enter these raffles. And I said, I love seeing members of the community winning. It's amazing. It's amazing. So the way we do this, as always, is I'm going to drop this Google form in the chat. So sign up to the Google form, and then I'll take all the Discord IDs, put them into the spinny wheel, and then we'll see who wins. While I'm waiting for names to come in, I also want to talk about InPeak. In Peak have recently partnered with Metaverse and MV3. They are, they call themselves the LinkedIn of Web3. They're basically putting on masterclasses and sessions of big names in the space, learning about special things. And they're launching a SBT, a soulbound token, that basically tracks all the ones you go to and be your resume on there. And it then builds you a CV, a resume of all the things you've attended, all the things you've learned, and you can go there. And if you're an MV3 holder and you sign up, they're airdropping 50 of these soulbound tokens to people that engage over the next couple of weeks. So check them out as well. Okay, I'm pulling the spreadsheet of all the names. We've got 70 members, and let me copy and paste them in. So remember, we want people who are in here, and let me get the chat back up. And we want to make sure that the people who are actually turning up and actually in this stream are being rewarded as well. Because we currently have 55 people watching, but 70 people entered. So I want to see the names up there. And I said, we'll see. Okay. Are we ready? The first winner of MV3. Let's give it a spin. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's... Oh, Froppo. Froppo. Open a ticket in the MV3 Discord. And I'll get that sent over to you from my wallet. So let me remove you. Congrats, Froppo. So let's give this a shuffle again. So the next 3 winners are each winning 2 Haihu tokens to enter on the Haihu site. You could enter the Mutant Hound one twice. You could enter the Plague one, or the biggest one they've done. So let's give it another shuffle. And there. So the winner of the first lot of 2 Haihu tokens is... Ooh, Te Amo. Congratulations, Te Amo. Open up a ticket in the Haihu Discord. You can find the Haihu Discord if you go to haihuRaffles.xyz and scroll down to the bottom, and the Discord is there. So Te Amo, open up a ticket in the Haihu and they'll get that assigned to you. Okay, the next winner. Who's it going to be? And the next winner is... Oh! MB Ford, the newest mod in the MV3 and Metaverse server. Congratulations. Open up a ticket in the Haihu Discord, get them sent over. Well deserved, my friend. Well deserved. Thank you for tuning in as well. Absolutely appreciate it. And the final giveaway of this stream, of the final 2 Haihu tokens, is... Oh, it's AIM. AIM, congratulations. That's, great to see. I said, I hope you guys win off the raffles. I absolutely love seeing you guys win. Let me know what you enter as well. I said, it'll always be good to keep an eye out. So AIM, open up a ticket in the Discord. So that's all the giveaways I have on the stream. As I said, I'm going to be doing some giveaways on my Twitter for some membership passes later today to talk about the rewards. So keep an eye out on that and give it a retweet or give it a hashtag. But that's the giveaways there. So now I've just got a bit of other news and going through. I said, you can stick around if you want. I said, it'll be about 10-15 more minutes. So usually I like to keep it to an hour because I know we all have busy lives and people can catch up. But I've got a few other things that I want to share. So as we mentioned, the Trump NFT. I don't know if you all saw this, but I'm going to play the video, the announcement video that he shared. It was so funny. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. They're called Trump Digital Trading Cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. You can collect your Trump digital cards just like a baseball card or other collectibles. Here's one of the best parts. Each card comes with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you and a group of your friends at one of my beautiful golf courses, and they are beautiful. I'm also doing Zoom calls, a one-on-one meeting, autographing memorabilia, and so much more. We're doing a lot. My official Trump digital trading cards are $99, which doesn't sound like very much for what you're getting. Buy one and you will join a very exclusive community. It's my community, and I think it's something you're going to like, and you're going to like it a lot. They also make perfect gifts. So you can buy them with your credit card or crypto. All you need is an email address. Go to collecttrumpcards.com and buy your Trump digital trading cards right now before they are all gone, and they will be gone. This is my first official Trump trading card NFT collection, and you get a chance to meet me. Go to collecttrumpcards.com right now, and remember, Christmas is coming, and this makes a great Christmas gift.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
Oh, it cracks me up. It cracks me up. Better than Lincoln, better than Washington, my first NFT collection. And the funny thing is, he stole the art. The art is like stock images of Google. It's so funny to see. And we can see the floor price. Obviously, they minted for $99. Then they ran all the way up to, what was this? 0.8, I think? 0.8 ETH. 0.8 ETH. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Now they're back down to a reasonable price. I'm kind of lost for words on this. I said, it's just one of the craziest and one of the funniest things I've seen. And I think it's the perfect way to sum up this year. What can he say? What can he say? Donald Trump making the most of it. Making the most of it. Another thing I want to talk about as well is, I said Yuga CEO, Daniel, who came from Activision, the ones that were out there or the ones that listen. So he was Chief Operating Officer at Activision Blizzard and helped on franchises of World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, and Candy Crush. Spent 16 years at Google as a company's president of global and strategic partnerships. I said, I love that they're bringing in people, especially World of Warcraft. This is what a lot of us grew up on, and the MMO I played loads. And if they're aiming to be like that, they're in good stead. And Yuga, I trust them. They've got the funds. They've got everything there. And I'd be really excited to see how they build on that. Another bit of news is MetaMask is able to now fund your wallets with PayPal. This is huge. This makes it so easy to buy crypto now. No need to have to send from your bank, send transfers straight through PayPal. A lot of banks started blocking crypto purchases, but now it's so exciting to see like easy onboarding. Soon it'll be as simple as just a simple button, Apple Pay, PayPal, to buy crypto and to start buying stuff. And this is the first step we're going to see to kind of mainstream adoption. And finally, I want to give a little reminder for any Wagme United holders that the merch claim is live. You have 2 weeks to claim merch, and it's very impressive. It was such a smooth thing. It's free worldwide shipping. You get a scarf, you get an Adidas shirt with a squiggle on, and a hat. And I said, I'm so impressed with what they're doing. They got a lot of FUD, but I think it's undeserved. They have done stuff very right. And I said, I'm excited to get my Wagme United merch, and so should you. You can still pick it up on OpenSea if you buy one of the unclaimed passes, one of the original ones. But check it out. Check it out. So, that's my stream for today. It's the last one of the year. It's reflecting back. I'm so glad I did this stream, and I'm so glad you were along for the ride with me. It's been a crazy year. I started streaming, all of this happened, and 2023 is going to be so big as well. As I said, the Rug Radio is moving on to bigger, better strengths. I'm going to start launching and probably stream on Twitter, or maybe find something else. I really want to look at like Web3 native streaming platforms, putting the creators first, really create a mark and really build off that. And I'm excited to see. But over the next week or so, please take some time to spend with your family, your loved ones. Take a break from the space. Please enjoy the holidays, whatever you're celebrating, Hanukkah, Christmas, enjoy New Year. And I just want to say thank you for a great 6 months of being able to stream for all of you. And so lucky to have an audience who are sticking on for me. It's pretty amazing. And I hope to see you all next year revitalized. You know where to find me. I'll be on Twitter. I'll be on Discord. Look out for me. I'll look to do the So Rare stream soon. But yeah, have fun, stay safe, and have an absolutely great Christmas, New Year with your family, friends, even if that's in Discord, real life. I look forward to seeing you back in the new year. Peace out.
No, I can't help myself.
Yeah.